Alright guys, continuing on with our music theory here, I'm going to explain to you how chords work and how you can figure out chords on guitars or whatever. And the way I like to teach is I like to kind of throw some stuff out there, so don't take everything with a grain of salt. So I'm trying to get your brain to pick some shit up. So the way I explained chords the other day wasn't right, but it was because I'm trying to get you to kind of understand what's going on. About the 11ths, when I was talking about 11ths and 13ths and stuff like that, I just kind of wanted you to understand the concept. What you need to understand is, like, when you're playing through a scale, and even if you're in major, there's a reason why when you're in major, some of the chords that are in the majors or minors will actually end up being a minor chord, even if you're in a major scale, because it's just the way it works out. So when you're figuring these out, what you need to know is, like, I'll teach you later about how scales work, about the major, minor, augmented, diminished, these kind of things, and that you need to know that so that you know what you're in, and depending on what scale you're in. But for the purposes of what we're doing, what you need to know is that sometimes you are playing majors, sometimes you're playing minors, and because of wherever you start in the scale, it doesn't matter what you're doing as long as you're starting on the right note. But those 13s, those 11s, those flat 7s, things like that, those are in the scale from the note that you're playing. Okay? So say if I'm in C, playing a C chord. If I want to do a 7th, I play that. That gives you that 7th tone. If I want to do a flat 5, it gives me my flat 5, right? So, you know, if I want to do a 13 in a C scale, what I have to do is go from this note. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's an A, but it's an octave above the next C. So that's what a 13 is. Now if I'm doing the same thing and I'm here, you'll notice that there's a half step right here, and then a whole step. So we're actually in a diminished scale. So what we're going to be doing is, for this one, we're here with the 7th again, and if we want to do a 13th on this one, we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now we're playing a C. Do you understand how that works? So you're not, when you see those things, it's not the note in the scale that you're talking about. It's actually the note from what you're playing in that scale. You can't just go, you know, it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's not like that. It's actually in the scale, and since we're in C, we don't play any of these black notes, so we're just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is that. 12, 13. So the 13 would be a C. 11 would be an A. You know, if you want to do sharp 11, you know, sharp 13. So it's very easy to understand these things, you know. And like I was saying, the way the scale is going to work, the way we were doing it the other day with your 7s, you know, it's very easy to understand how these things work, you know. This is a C augmented, or C diminished 7th. See? Okay, you understand how these chords are built? Now, let's say we look at this. This is Journey, okay? Now, the reason why you don't need a chord dictionary is this. We'll stop. A flat, C, okay? Let me show you that. A flat, C. I'm not looking at the notes. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just looking at that. So it's a C with an A flat in the bass. Okay? E with a C with an A flat in the bass. All right? So, first thing we're going to do is we're just going to do this. So we got a C. There's our C. There's our A. We're going to go A flat, right? So that's going to give us a sharp 5. So that's an augmented. And all we're doing is we're taking these two and we're going here. That's all the note is. That's all that is. Do you see how easy that is to just figure out what I just looked at? That's how hard that is. Let's do it again. F sharp, major 7. Okay? F sharp, major 7. A major 7 is all that's going to be is a whole step. Okay? That's all that means. All it means is this is major, that's minor. Okay? That's all it means. So, let's do the F sharp major 7. So it's okay. And how we figured that out is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step. And that's the 7. Half step. Alright? And then we're back to this. And I'll explain to you later why you always want to keep a half step in between the 7 and the 8. There's a reason for that, but I'll explain it to you later. Okay? So if you ever want to know where the 7 is, it's one step below where you're at. So this is your 7. Okay, that's your 7. It always has that really beautiful tone. It's kind of a jazz tone, or I don't really know how to explain it. It's just it gives you that really nice. You know, you get that really nice tone. See, it gives you that really nice tone. So you play just the chords like this. It just gives you that nice tone. So let's do it one more time. And I'll show you why you don't have to do chord dictionaries. Let's see what we got here. B. You see how there's a little M there? It's a big B. So B major 7. Okay? B major 7. So we want a major. So obviously we want it whole step, right? So we're going to start at B. There's B. So that's our chord. You see how hard that is to figure out? It's not hard to figure these out. You don't need a chord dictionary. All you got to do is understand the whole steps and the half steps, and then understand what a 7th is, what a 13th is, what a sharps and flats are. All it means is if you're here, it's here or here. Double sharp or double flat, double sharp. You know, that's all you need to know. And then whatever it says on the page, you just find it. You know, it's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to find it. You know, look in here and we'll just, you know, flip through. That's the hard one. That looks like some hard stuff there. Let's let's see. Okay, here we go with A flat. All right. So it's obviously a major, because typically what you'll see with music books is if it's a major, it'll have a capital. If it's minor, it'll be small. So if it has a little a, it's A minor, or it'll have a little m, you know, so that'll tell you. So A major, we're going to start with A, whole step, half step, whole step. See how hard that is? Really easy to find. It's not hard to find any of this stuff. Let's change books. Let's go to something else. The ever-present Floyd. Let's try Pink Floyd. A little bit dusty. It's not good for Floyd, right? It's all dusty. Let's see. We're going to flip through it, and let's see what we can find. Hard one. Right there. See that? B flat with an F in the bass. So this is our F that we're looking at. So what they're saying is it's a second inversion. So these two, we switch to here and to here. That's all that is. See how hard that is to figure this stuff out? And why you don't need a chord dictionary? Now you can do the same thing on a guitar as well, if you know where the notes are on the guitar. You have to know where the notes are and how you're going to build your chord. What do you want in your bass? And depending on where you put stuff in the bass, it's going to give it a different sound. If you want it to have a happy sound, if you want it to have a melodic sound, maybe a very kind of mystical sound, you know, or just a straightforward kind of GCD kind of thing, you know, what are you going for in your sound? So that's what's going to tell you what you're going to play, and you can work that out on an instrument like the piano, and then you can transcribe that to your guitar or to your cello or to whatever, you know. So this is a basic understanding of how the chord progressions work, you know, how you're going to build chords when you're playing something. It's very, very simple. But just remember that when you're looking in a chord dictionary and you see something that says, you know, F flat 5 or something like that, F flat 13 or something, or a 17 or some, you know, some crazy number on top of it, don't get flustered with that. It doesn't matter, you know. But just remember that that note that they're asking you to play is from the note you're starting at. Because wherever you start at on the piano in the scale is going to be either major or minor from that point. Okay, so even though you're playing, which is why you can kind of intermingle scales together depending on the chord that's being played, because at some point in a song it may have a heavy minor sound because they're playing a minor or a diminished note, and basically a diminished note says that there's a minor in it, because you can't play a diminished note without having the minor third. It has to be minor third. So when you're going like this is diminished, but it's not diminished until you do this. You have to have the third. So by saying it's a diminished chord, you're already saying you're minored. Okay, so that's why there's only major, minor, and diminished. But in the major, there's major, minor, augmented, and diminished. So there's 4 things in that one. So you can't make a minor augmented, and you can't make a diminished augmented, you know. So I mean, you can, but it'd be weird. So like if I do, let's see, yeah, so that would be a diminished, you know. So I mean, it's weird, you know. It doesn't sound right. So I mean, you can do that stuff, but that stuff you'll want to learn later. But this is just the basics of the theory. So hope you guys liked what you seen. If you want to see more, if you want more explanations on this stuff, just hit me up in the comment section, and I'll keep doing these. Like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Keep in mind that I'm going to be giving 2 guitars away, or 1 guitar I should say, if I hit 5,000 subscribers. They're the Eddie Van Halen guitars I have. You'll have your choice depending on which ones I still have left. If I still have them both, you'll have your choice of either one. I'll give those away for free, along with some music theory tutorial stuff. It'll be either this guitar, which you've seen me play in one of the videos. It's an Eddie Van Halen guitar. Or this guitar as well. And it's also an EVH guitar. Now they're both currently on eBay for sale, so if they get sold before that, I've told somebody else that I will actually probably be ordering a Chapman guitar, and I'll probably be giving away the Chapman guitar. So I guess that's it for today. I've done 2 videos trying to get to all my subscribers, give you what you guys want. I want you guys to keep in mind that I respond to everything. That I try to, unless you're putting some stupid shit on there that I really don't care about, I usually like everything, and that'll keep going until I start getting more. I'm currently getting around 30,000 views, so when I start getting more than 6,000 comments a day or something, I probably won't be able to answer all of them, and a lot of them will go unanswered. But for right now, every time I get somebody that clicks on my page and says something, I try to click back and say something back to you, even if it's just thanks for looking at my page. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. I'm always reading all your guys' comments, even if they're bad comments, which I don't really care about as well. So have a nice day.